It's the Hasbro WWF Series 4 on today's episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Hi everybody, welcome back to the show. It is time for Series 4 of WWF Hasbro figures. We've done Series 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't seen those yet, take a look back at the videos. We appreciate you coming and joining us for the show. And let's get into it. And to welcome you and to introduce you, is the host of today's show, is the Baseball Prince. Here he is, the Baseball Prince.
How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to Series 4, Part 4 of the Hasbro special on the Baseball King Collectibles. This is an easy one. This is a quick and painless one. Series 4, for whatever reason, they didn't put out a whole lot. I guess it was a kind of a in-between series. They didn't know what to do, so they pushed out big names, a few big names, but only technically 4 figures. I'll show you that there's technically 5 and why, but I'll get it right into it. So, unfortunately, we'll start off with the one I do not have signed, and it is, unfortunately, one of the rarest Hasbros to get signed. This is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, as I'm sure you've seen his signature goes. Now, he died very much into the late 90s, early 2000s, and unfortunately, the opportunity to get this figure that came out in 91, probably more like 92-ish, is a very rare get. I've seen really one authenticated one, and that is by one of the other Hasbro signed collectors, Brian Myers. He has a really nice one on an American card as well, signed Davey Boy Smith, how he does sign. I don't really see him sign British Bulldog too much. It's usually Davey Boy Smith. Unfortunately, I do not have this one yet. Again, it's probably one of the rarest ones to get. One of the ones I do not have, and yeah, we just got to move on from there. As we know, there still can be, obviously when they're not signed, super rare. This is one of them in the way you see it, meaning on an American card. The condition of this is, you see a little corner wear here. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's probably more like an 8.5 out of 10. But to get this on an American card in excellent condition is super rare. In this condition, which is probably, like I said, 8 out of 10, it's probably a $175 figure. In a 10 out of 10 American card, it's probably a $250 figure. So this is a really tough one to get. You see a lot of foreign beat-up card all day. You can buy a beat-up foreign card, one for $50, but this is not that, obviously. Next one is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, okay? Now, I did not obtain any of these, spoiler alert, in person. These are all ones that I've bought over the last few years, and this is no exception. So, how did I get this one? I bought this one on through Instagram, actually. It is signed with a pink paint pen. I do have a picture of him signing it, so I will include that. That was given to me by the owner of the figure. Now, I did, though, get this JSA authenticated on my own, okay, as you see. Figure on a American card, unsigned, is probably in excellent condition, which is what this is, probably $150. And sign closer to that $200 range. His signature does add a little bit of value. He was around for years. Huge name, even before WWF. This is towards the end of his career, as you see here. This Dragon, the Dragon gimmick followed him, but this kind of exaggerated Dragon gimmick was definitely towards the end of his career with WWF, and he retired shortly after. So he already made a name for himself here, and obviously, NWA and with Ric Flair, fighting Ric Flair all those years, and it's a good signature. It's a good figure to have. Not super rare. He does sign on the conventions, but yeah. So why I mentioned that there's technically 5 figures is there's 2 Bret Harts. Okay, there are 2 Bret Harts. For whatever reason they only differentiate is the purple heart compared to the pink heart. Now there is a Purple Heart mail-away figure, which is exactly this figure here in a bag. That's probably worth $4,000 or $5,000 a mail-away. Okay, having it loose, you cannot differentiate between this figure on the Series 4 card and the one in the bag, so it's meaningless. Okay, technically it is supposed to be a little bit more rare on card than the pink heart version. There's a little bit more value to the purple heart than the pink heart, not a ton. Unsigned, these figures in excellent condition on American card are probably in the $200 range. maybe Purple Heart, tiny bit more, like I said. Signed, blue paint pen, pink paint pen, both JSA authenticated in the $250, probably really $300 range. You could get his signature all day for $50 at a convention. He does sign a lot. His autograph is not as valuable as a Shawn Michaels, who signs a lot less, or an Undertaker, or some of the bigger names from this era. Even though he's, again, one of the biggest names as well, he just, again, signs way too much. His autograph is not worth a whole lot, but the figure itself does have value. It is one of the more sought after figures, other than maybe like a Series 1 or a Series 11, or some of the rarer ones in between. Not as valuable as his red card series, and that's a theme here for The Undertaker as well, who is, last but not least, this is one of 2 Undertaker figures as well. He's also in a red card like Bret Hart, and this is the lesser valued Undertaker figure. Okay, beautiful purple paint pen, which is what you like to see an Undertaker figure have for whatever reason. It just pops the best, probably because when he first got introduced, he was wearing the gray gloves, but right after that, they introduced the purple gloves, and he wore the purple gloves for a couple years before he transitioned away from this kind of dead man version of his character. He went into more like the Ministry of Darkness. Oh, it had an in-between version of that too, but this is probably my favorite Undertaker figure. Obviously they made a million of them through the years, Jakks and Mattel, but this Hasbro figure is just awesome. They also have a mail away Undertaker as well. It differentiates from this Series 4. It can be differentiated outside of the bag as well. It does have value outside of the bag because it does have bits and traits. The hair color is a little bit different. It does come with a jacket like his red card series as well. That mail away figure, by the way, is worth probably in the bag probably about $2,500, $3,000. I don't have the mail away. I don't have the Bret Hart mail away either. I don't have really many mail aways at all. This Undertaker figure, probably in the American card, really nice condition, $200 value, but signed. You see PSA. I did not get this. I bought it with the PSA already. I get all mine JSA. Signed with a PSA authentication. He, again, rare signature in the fact that he does not do a lot of signings and he charges a whole lot. Probably like a $200 signing. It's $400 figure in this condition, with the beautiful purple paint pen, and on the American card in really nice condition. $400, all day, $350 to $500, I would say. But yeah, so anyway, that concludes Series 4. As you see, there are 4, technically 5 figures, not a whole lot. Series 5 and 6 are coming up, and those are kind of, you're going to see a lot of one-off gimmicks where they probably should have had no business being in the Hasbro line, but I guess they were kind of running out of the big names. You're going to see some funky names coming up like Berserker and Skinner and Warlord. That's for Series 5 and 6. Series 5 compared to 6 is a lot more rare, a lot bigger names. No, I'm not going to say any spoilers or whether I have them or not, but Series 5 has some really big names coming up. And then 6, 7, 8, and 9, you're going to start seeing yellow, purple, and red cards, concluded with 10 back to blue and 11 the big green card series. Series 12, we're going to do tag team. So we're just going to start getting the ball rolling here. I'm sorry for the delay. It's been about a week and a half. I like to try to push them out within a week. But thank you for stopping by on the Baseball King Collectibles. I am the Baseball Prince. Please like, please subscribe, comment, share, do all that. Continue to view. And I'm going to obviously continue pushing out the videos. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.